Hello, Ben. We're leaving our video off to help with the bandwidth.
Thank you so much. Hi, thanks for being,
Yeah, we're excited.
I'm glad to have you.
Now mute.
Hello, everybody. This is Ben Malkovich, and welcome to our concert tonight. We are Cleveland Musicians Against Racism, and we're here to share our art with you. And through it, our hopes and fears, our fatigue and frustration, our despair and anger, and everything else. Lots of feelings all around right now. Well, of course there are. I know some of you may be thinking, oh, great, another white guy telling us about racism. Give me a break. I hear that. I did reach out to Black Lives Matter Cleveland to see if someone from their organization wanted to speak at the top of this concert, but they're very busy right now. So I think what they're doing right now is exactly what they need to be. But I also think it's important to state at the outset why we're here tonight. This isn't just a bunch of musicians jamming out. We're here because people are dying every day in America due to systemic racism. People are living in fear every day in America due to systemic racism. People are struggling to find food, clothes, and shelter every day in America due to systemic racism. And we know this is wrong, and we're committed to doing our parts today and every day to fight it. Let us please take a half a minute of silence right now in memory of the lives needlessly lost to racism. Say their names in your head or out loud if you want. There are way too many of them. Thank you very much. May we honor their loss by working together to ensure that we have fewer and fewer names in that list, that we continue to work together toward a fairer and more just society. And fighting racism is a very good first step towards that. What will we do tonight? We'll make music. My prompt to the performers was to choose music which expressed their feelings about the current events and the state of race relations in our country. And we'll encourage all of you to support our performances through donating to the causes listed in the descriptions of the Facebook event. We'll have more about that later. We'll have a 5-minute intermission in the middle of the concert, which will be a great time to donate. The organizations we chose hopefully will maximize immediate impact of your donations to fuel the winds of change, which are currently blowing both in the Cleveland community and throughout the country. Here's how this is going to work. Many performers have chosen to pre-record their performances for various reasons: sound quality, social distancing, ease of use, timing, but a few of us are going to be live. Either way, I'll introduce every performance, and after each is finished, we encourage you to applaud, and then we'll take that 5-minute intermission in the middle, and I'll make a couple of plugs throughout. Mostly we'll keep things flowing. Performers, thank you so much for being a part of this. Audience, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's begin. The very first performance tonight is from the Dyke School of the Arts Choir, directed by Miss Diana White Gould. They performed a song called I Dream of a World by Sidney Sessoms, and it's beautiful, and I hope you enjoy it. So take it away, Dyke School Choir of the Arts. One moment, just a slight technical difficulty here.
I dream of a world with peace and harmony. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. 'Cause I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of I dream of a world with peace and harmony. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world. I dream of a world, yeah, yeah, yeah. I dream of a world that's filled with love, love. I dream of a world with peace and harmony. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world. I dream of a world. I dream of a world that's filled with love, I dream of a world with peace and harmony. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world. I dream of a world. I dream of a world that's filled with love.
I dream of a world with peace and harmony. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world. I dream of a world. I dream of a world that's filled with love.
I dream of a world with peace and harmony. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world. I dream of a world. I dream of a world that's filled with love.
I dream of a world with peace and harmony. I dream of a world where everyone is free. I dream of a world with hope from above. I dream of a world. I dream of a world. I dream of a world that's filled with love.
Wasn't that wonderful? That was great. And also, I'm going to remind everyone who's joining, if you haven't already, please mute yourself and turn off your video so that way things will work smoothly. Thank you so much. Not that we don't want to see you. I love that. So I wanted to point out that on the Facebook event and shortly on the YouTube stream, there will be a link to a PDF file with a program of the concert. So if you want to look later and see who is performing what, catch what you missed, or share it with friends, it is up there. It's not completely perfect. Thanks a lot, Microsoft Word, but that's how it goes. The next performance we're going to hear is by soprano Naomi Columna. She's a graduate of Cleveland Institute of Music. And we did a collaboration of Benjamin Britten's song from his song cycle on Hunting Feathers called Prologue. This is an audio only submission, but Naomi was kind enough to include the text in the video because it's W.H. Auden and it's kind of dense text. So it'll be nice to be able to see it on the screen as we unpack it. Thank you, Naomi. Take it away.
Oh, Naomi, I don't hear you. Hello? Well, guess what I'm doing? Leave.
They are our past and our future. The pause between which our desire unceasingly is discharged. A desire in which love and hatred so perfectly oppose themselves that we cannot voluntarily move, but await the extraordinary compulsion of the deluge and the earthquake. Their finish has inspired the limits of all arts and aesthetic movements. Their affections and indifferences have been a guide to reformers and tyrants. Their appearances in great machinery have brought a vision of nude and fabulous epochs. Oh, pride, so hostile to charity. But what their pride has retained will never charity more generously recover.
Well, that was beautiful. Thank you, Naomi. Our next performance is actually going to be live from Emily Lawrence. Emily, if you're all ready, I'm going to hand it over to you so you can tell us more about what you are performing.
Thank you, Ben. Yes, I'm your first live performer, and I'm just going to play a very brief excerpt from A Rag by Scott Joplin. It's the original, it's called Solace, A Mexican Serenade. And it was excerpted for a movie, which maybe some of you have seen, called The Sting. And this was transcribed by my friend Michelle Pinet for harp. And I thought of the title, which is Solace, which is what we all need right now. And so this is just a little interlude between some of the other selections.
Thank you so much, Naomi. I'm sorry, Emily. And I also wanted to apologize in the program. Your last name should be Laurance. So got that, check. That was fabulous. The next selection we're going to have is from two really talented violists who have worked at Baldwin Wallace University. Actually, Colin just graduated, but Avdis Iskandar and Colin Henley are playing a duet by the British composer Frank Bridge entitled Lament. It's a really beautiful piece. As you gather, a lot of musicians are collaborating remotely nowadays because it's tough / not safe to be in the same place at the same time making music. So we've gotten pretty resourceful, and that is how they performed. Thank you so much, Avidis and Colin. That was lovely. The next we'll be hearing is a German language art song by Richard Strauss entitled Morgen, which means tomorrow. If you click on the link in the program or select that in your web browser, you can see an English translation of what it means. Performed by Sierra McCorvey, representing from Youngstown, and myself on piano via remote collaboration. Thank you very much, Sierra. Next, we're going to have another live performance from Helen Nebecker, who got her undergraduate degree here in Cleveland, and now she is, I believe, in Manhattan, studying at the Manhattan School of Music. So I'm going to ask her to start her video and take it away in terms of telling us what she'll be playing. Thanks, Helen.
Hi, everyone. You can look at the program and just see the titles of the hymns. I'm just playing a couple of church hymns that I think are really calming and beautiful, that really set the mood for just kind of feeling a sense of reverence during this really tough time. I've been actually doing my own live streaming on Sundays where I play other hymns and I link a different Black Lives Matter fundraiser or charity that needs donating. So if you want to check that out, you can always find me on Facebook or my website. But yeah, I'm going to go play now. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. That was lovely and just what we needed right now. If you enjoyed Helen's playing, look at her website, helennebeker.com. She's got plenty more beautiful pianism on exhibit there. The next thing we'll be hearing is from Windsong. If you've never heard of Windsong, you're missing out. They're Cleveland's feminist chorus. They've been around for, well, I think 60, 70 years. Check out their website, windsongcleveland.org, to hear more. And this is from a concert they sang last year. It is called Signs. And Signs, the text of this piece are signs from a women's protest in Washington.
On the
Thank you so much, Winsong. The next thing we'll be hearing is an original composition by a 16-year-old rising senior at Cleveland School of the Arts. His name is Damian Goggins, and he has written Ballad of a Mother, which he'll be playing on guitar for us. Thank you, Damian. Check it out. That was just incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Damian. The next thing we'll be hearing is an art song, and it is Hold on, please. Sorry. It is called Dear Sasha, and it's from the song cycle Untuned Ears Hear Nothing But Discord by Ben Toth. This is a recent cycle, and will be performed by Gwen Stembridge and myself. You'll hear reference to the name Emma in the song. That would be Emma Goldman. So if that gives you some historical context. Thank you, Gwen.
If all goes according to plan, I'm never going to see you again. Does it both thrill and terrify you? Because I am thrilled and I am terrified. I'm trying not to go out of my mind with excitement and despair. It's becoming hard, very hard to focus solely on the cause. Your last letter, it destroyed me. You were like a stranger, no flowers in your words. You said, I'll do the deed on Saturday if you get me money for the gun. I got you money for the gun. But is that how a man talks to the woman he loves? I know what you'll say. Keep your focus on the cause, as if my love for you is not the cause. Sasha, you're such a serious man. Emma, you shouldn't be singing. Emma, you shouldn't be dancing. Your frivolity hurts the cause. But Sasha, you don't understand. The cause is the music. The cause is the books. It's the freedom. It's the art. It's the body. It's the soul. It's a vast, expansive life filled with beautiful things. The cause is not a cloister. It won't make me a nun. And a revolution without dancing is not a revolution worth having. And I will live my beautiful ideal in spite of prison, in spite of persecution. And even, Sasha, in spite of you.
Dan, you are muted.
Hey, Ben, you're on mute.
I am so sorry about that. Thank you, Gwen, for that last one. The last performance we'll hear before intermission is by Cleveland Black composer H. Leslie Adams, fabulous writer, performed by Matthew Jones and Lavert Stewart. It is entitled Prayer. Thank you so much, Matthew and Levert. We're now going to take an intermission for about 5 minutes to encourage and invite everyone to donate. There's a link to do that on the Facebook event, and there's a link in the Zoom comments, and there's a link on the YouTube. I also want to invite my fiance, Kate Mazinski, to speak to the two causes which this concert is encouraging you to donate to, Black Lives Matter Cleveland and the Bail Project. Thank you, Kate.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to be way less formal than Ben has been here. As you can see, I have no makeup on because we are living in the quarantine times. But that being said, I wanted to invite everybody. So this is your intermission. This is your break. If you need to go to the bathroom, if you need to grab a snack, grab a drink, go do that. But you are not off the hook during this intermission. If you look in the chat box, there is a link. I put in all capitals, donation link. So that link is to a Google form. And at that Google form, you can select the charity or the organization or cause that you're wanting to donate to today. And it's important to know that that's just so we can keep track of the donations that are coming in from the concert. But you need to follow the link for that organization. You can either go to the Bail Project website or you can go to PayPal to donate to Black Lives Matter Cleveland. So you will need to fill out the Google form so we can see what you're doing if you want to share with us. But we want to make sure that your donations are going directly to those organizations instead of through any middle organization. So donate directly to them. Let us know about it so we can see what kind of outreach this concert is having today. To tell you very briefly about the organizations, I'm an attorney here in the Cleveland area, and I work in a legal clinic, and I've had the privilege of working with some of the folks both associated with Black Lives Matter Cleveland and with the Bail Project. Black Lives Matter Cleveland, even just earlier today, they were having conversations with the Cleveland police advocating for real systemic change and reform to our police system here in Cleveland. And then the Bail Project is a national organization with bail disruptors in cities across the US, including Cleveland. In Cleveland, our phenomenal bail disruptors are Anthony and Kareem. And they use a pot of donated funds to bail out low-income individuals and individuals of color from jail here in Cleveland. And then that money is returned to the pot so that they can disrupt the bail system and get people out of jail. So highly recommend donating to either of those organizations. They are both phenomenal, doing phenomenal work. And really, any donation that you can make does make a difference to either of these two causes. I know a lot of us are still struggling financially as a result of COVID, but if you're in that place and you feel like you aren't able to make a large monetary donation to either of these causes at this time, I would suggest if you'd like to do something that hits close to home for us here in Cleveland, if you make a donation of $18 in honor of Tamir Rice, whose birthday, his 18th birthday would be later this month. You know, that's what I'm planning on doing for both of those organizations to make a donation in memory of Tamir Rice. So if you can contribute anything, whether that's $18, more than that, less than that, you know, both organizations would be very appreciative. So I will stop talking and I will turn it over so you can have a real intermission. But again, you are not off the hook. Go click the link. Click the link in the chat box. It's on the YouTube. It's on the Facebook. You can't tell us you missed it because I know you didn't miss it. So go click the link, go make a donation, and we'll see you back here in a few minutes for more amazing music and performers.
Hello, welcome back from intermission. We're going to keep on going. I also want to remind everyone that all of our performers today have been incredibly generous in donating their time and talent to this cause. So that makes it extra important that you donate to these things, because that's essentially your admission. You know, we understand that people can pay what they can, but it's very important, and that is why they wanted to be a part of this and share their amazing artistry. The next performer we'll be hearing from is Chris Jenkins. He's a violist. We're going to hear two things from him, one later on. This first one is called Plain Blues, which is a movement from a longer piece called Blues Forms by Coleridge Taylor Perkins. Take it away, Chris. Thank you, Chris. That was stunning. The next performer we'll hear from is a fellow church choir director of mine, Jared Soroff. And he wanted me to convey that he chose his first selection, which is an etude by Alexander Scriabin, the Russian composer, because it's ragey. And he understood that there's a lot of rage, understandably, by people who have been oppressed by racism in our nation. So, and then he's playing Shall We Gather at the River. Take it away, Jared. Thank you, Jared. Our next performance will be a very neat video created by the band Mourning a Black Star. You can see the spelling of that in your program. If you want to learn more about them, then please Google them. It's entitled Garner Poem. I also want to give a big shout out to William Washington, who's a member of that group who shared this with me. William was going to help co-host tonight, but he got scheduling conflicted out. So we're really glad to hear from him and his band. I also did want to mention that this song is a little bit graphic compared to some of the music we've been listening to. So if there are any children listening right now, this might not be an appropriate song for them. It's raw and it's emotional and completely warranted. I just wanted to give out that warning.
Situation's critical. You'd agree, yeah. Hey, you agree. They kill children in the park, murder youth unarmed. They stand on the corner, claiming space that's ours. Hey, they kill children in the park, murder youth unarmed. They stand on the corner, claiming space that's ours. Hey,
I can't breathe, it ain't your head.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe, it ain't your head.
I can't breathe, yeah.
It ain't your head.
I can't breathe,
it ain't your head.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Black Star. Someone just commented chilling, and I think that's a pretty good word. The next thing we'll hear is the second movement of the first piano sonata by George Walker, who I think died not too long ago at age 96. He is one of the preeminent Black American classical composers. If you want to learn more about his music, it's amazing. Check out there's a good website about his music. And this theme and variations movement is performed by Diana White Gould on piano. Thank you, Diana. What a lovely performance. The next performance is going to be by my friend Robin Blake and the Robin Blake Sound Experience. It's a really neat band performing his original composition, which is entitled Worth. Take it away, Robin Blake Sound Experience.
Good evening, Cleveland. My name is Robin Blake, and this is The Sound Experiment. We're here on behalf of Cleveland Musicians Against Racism. The Sound Experiment prides itself on showcasing the best of the African diaspora in music, and in that we represent a variety of people from all backgrounds, creeds, and races, and we are all united in the singular idea that we are anti-racist. The police need to be defunded and abolished, not reformed, and black lives truly matter. So today we're here with our original composition known as Worth, because our lives are valuable and they have worth. And if there's ever a moment where you forget that, hopefully this song will resonate with you and help you to get through those rough patches. So again, I'm Robin Blake, and this is The Sound Experiment, and this is Worth.
Say that greatness gets better with time, so why expedite my prime? Give it time, see what you
Thank you so much, Robin and friends. That was lovely. Our next performance will be by Jacqueline Kurtz, who's a vocalist, and myself on piano collaborating remotely. It is a setting of the Latin prayer Nunc Dimittis by Eugene Hancock, who is a Black American composer.
Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace. Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace, depart in peace, according to thy word. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people. To lighten the Gentiles, and to be the glory of thy people Israel. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Ghost. As it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. World without end.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. It was beautiful. Next, we're going to have two performances on the organ by Lavert Stewart, who's just a masterful organist and pianist. He's been around the Cleveland scene for a good long time and knows his way around the instrument. We're going to hear Amazing Grace, which he himself arranged, and also There is a Balm in Gilead, Consolation, written by Carlton Innes. Lavert had recorded a third selection, Total Praise, which unfortunately the recording did not come out properly for us, so we'll get him next time, Lavert. But enjoy Amazing Grace, and There is a Balm. Some slight technical difficulties. Hold on. Later. All right, here we go. Take it away. Go start? Yeah, go ahead. Thank you so much, Levert. Oh. There we go. All right, so next we're going to be hearing a song that some of you might know by Billy Taylor called I Wish I Knew How It Would Be to Be Free, Feel to Be Free. We're going to hear Matt Jones, who sang the Leslie Adams Prayer beautifully earlier, joined by Christine Caswelch and myself on piano. This arrangement is by Cleveland native Buck McDaniel, who recently migrated to New York, but he's a fabulous composer and arranger, and we are so glad to have this as part of the program. I also want to mention that so far we have a grand total of $650 in donations, which is great. If we can make 1,000 tonight, I would be thrilled. So keep that in mind and enjoy I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all these chains binding me. I wish I could say all the things I can say. Say it loud, say it clear, for the whole
Thank you so much, Matthew and Christina. I know it was a little blurry, but if you looked at her shirt, you could see the names of some of her Black heroes. It was a custom-made shirt with Henrietta Lacks, Coretta Scott King, Ida Wells, Leontine Price, and one of her ancestors, either her grandmother or great-grandmother, who was the first licensed Black female architect in the United States. I think that's a beautiful message about how we need to uplift Black voices in America and their contributions to our society in the past and now and in the future. I'm going to preempt my next performance because I just came up with what I was going to perform yesterday, and I think it needs a little more time to gel. So instead, we're going to skip ahead to the Duettino by Eugene Bozza, played by Ian Moran and Arlie Savage. Ian and Arlie had approached me separately about being involved with this, and we're going to play some bassoon solos. And I said, well, why don't you play a duet? And they did. So this is two movements of the Duettino by Eugene Bozza.
Hello, my name is Ian Moran.
Hi, I'm Arlie Savage.
We're both graduates from the Cleveland Institute of Music. And thank you all for tuning in today to listen to us play some music, as well as some others that are on this program.
We're just so happy to be here. We'll be presenting a bassoon duet, originally composed in 1952 by French composer Eugene Bozza. He was actually a violinist, but he was working at the Paris Conservatory, and so much amazing wind playing was happening during that time. So he probably had some great players to write for and be influenced by. The piece is called Duettino. It's actually a 4-movement piece, but we'll be presenting a couplet of the second and the fourth movement, really contrasting moves, the second of which is very lighthearted, and we hope that'll bring some levity to you during what can be a very heavy time right now. Okay, well, enjoy.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Arlie and Ian. That was truly ridiculous, and I think we can all agree probably need a little bit of levity right now. We've got 3 more performances tonight, at the end of which I'm going to tell you a little bit about Cleveland Musicians Against Racism, and I'll also give you a grand total of how much we've raised tonight. So it's not too late. Our next performance is by Miranda Depeche, who's a French horn student at Cleveland Institute of Music, with Joanna Huang on piano. They'll be playing an intermezzo by the Russian composer Reinhold Glier. Take it away, Miranda and Joanna. Thank you, Miranda and Joanna. That performance fills me with a lot of hope. The next performance we'll be hearing is another piece by H. Leslie Adams, and we'll hear Chris Jenkins on viola again. And if you remember that fabulous choir at the beginning that was led by Diana White Gould and her George Walker, she will look familiar because she'll be playing piano. This is entitled L'Extase d'amour, which means the ecstasy of love.
Thank
Thank you, Chris and Diana. That was just exquisite. Before we finish off our program, I want to announce proudly that we have raised nearly $700 tonight. I think we can raise even more, and here's how we can do it. I'm going to reach out to the performers who performed live or pre-recorded tonight and see if they're all right with leaving those performances up on YouTube. On a YouTube channel I will create, Cleveland Musicians Against Racism. It will be linked from this performance on YouTube and the Facebook event. And so what you can do is you can steer friends, family, colleagues, anyone who you think would enjoy this concert to there and encourage them to donate too. That'll be a great way to get some more support. I want to thank all our performers so much. We're very much in your debt to make this possibility. Audience, you're awesome. To everyone who sat through the entirety or parts of this, I'm so grateful to you. I want to thank Lakewood Congregational Church, where I'm music director, whose Zoom has hosted this, and you could see some of the performances, like the trio I did with Matt and Christine were recorded there. I also want to thank Baldwin Wallace University, who helped publicize this, KSU's radio station, and I wanted to thank, no, I'm moving someone out. Oh yes, Cleveland School of the Arts, Dyke School of the Arts, and the next performance is really neat, and we need to thank the Cleveland Classical Guitar Society as well as the Center for Arts Inspired Learning, because this is from their Artworks Summer 2018 Classical Guitar class. It is written by the entire class. It is called Brighter Days and it is led by Brian Gaudino. So it's a great way to finish up our program. We're hoping for brighter days ahead.
I can see the divide between so many things that separate you and me. In a land that was once free, but will we ever free? Or did this welcome to this catastrophe? Locked up alone, no one hearing our voices. If we scream stop, they'll still make the same choices. From shooting up schools to shooting up churches. Everybody's hurting, but do they take notice? I still see the brighter day. Stick with the things I can change. I'd rather not stay in this case. When I look back, it was all just a haze. So many thoughts running through my mind, trying to chase dreams in such hard times.
Hate hearing about that man-Monday black horse. There's no just letting nature take its course. We need to stop all the patterns about the source. Tired of seeing families mourn every morn. It's time for some things to be enforced, cause tears every day continue to be ignored. From kids getting killed for drugs and shoes, just living like human beings. Y'all missing the bigger picture, cause this is what I seen. Insane society, I wanna see my kids in. I wanna see the table spin. Plus to see kids of all color win. Crime and murder's already a deadly sin, but doing nothing's a big event.
There is hope on the horizon. We won't give up. We'll still keep fighting. We may be bruised, but never broken. So let's stand together until this war is over. I still see the brighter day. Stick with the things I can change. I'd rather not stay in this case.
everything in this world. We go and kiss each other, no matter boy or a girl. We get treated less than we all were. Depending on ethnicity, we might get treated worse. At the end of the day, we are all human beings, but that's something that people don't want us to experience. Get shopping over clothes, no matter what brand it is, and stop all this madness and put an end to this. The future of the world is our hands, but we sitting around doing the same dance. I want my brother to grow up and say, I made it. I want my sister to grow up and succeed. No faking, we got the tools, we know how to use to make this improvement, but let's be unified and make this a movement.
Well, our program for tonight has come to an end. Brighter Days is a wonderful message that we can take away from this. And I feel confident that everyone who performed, everyone watching, we're all working together toward that. We want a brighter, better world for everyone, and especially the young people in this video and the first video we saw. We want it to be a beautiful, fair, just world and society for them and for us. So let's leave it at this. On the event link on Facebook and on the YouTube, there will be some links to a Facebook group I created just today called Cleveland Musicians Against Racism. If you're a performer, or if you know other performers who would like to be a part of this potentially in the future, whether it's having other online events, or sharing resources, educating each other about awesome music by Black creators, doesn't need to be classical music or jazz. I already have several performers interested in another one of these, so I'm very enthused for that. And also, if you're not a performer but would like to be a part of this as an audience member or otherwise, you may also join the group, and that way you can keep abreast of future events, and I'll be posting some resources on there in the coming weeks. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I am, as I mentioned, hoping to keep this posted on YouTube so that people can enjoy it after the fact and continue to donate to good causes. Have a beautiful evening, everyone.